Hey there, and welcome to Meals with Maria. If you're anything like me, you may have at one point or another been afraid of a little thing called canned chicken. Yeah, I wasn't too into it for a while, but it turns out it's actually a very budget-friendly and food storage pantry staple friendly food that can taste quite delicious if you cook it just right. I have 3 super easy recipes for you today using canned chicken that you would never ever know that this chicken was canned, and they are absolutely fabulous. Great budget meals. So enjoy. We're gonna start off by making a cheesy chicken pasta, and I was inspired by the rest of my pasta from my chickpea salad the other day to use that. So I've got my can of chicken, and we're just gonna zhuzh up our classic Alfredo sauce here. You can see I thought about making my own, but look, that's dusty, and that's how old it is. Like, it needs to be used in the next month or else it's going to expire. So we're just going to make it even better by adding in the leftover cheese that I have here. I have like 1 slice of cheese and some ranch seasoning. And this is going to actually end up being very reminiscent of maybe something that like Domino's used to have, like an Alfredo chicken dish. It's so delicious. Like, I will make this again and again, and Julian loved it too, so I made it for him for lunch. So you just want to start off with a pan. You add a little bit of oil to your pan, and we're going to cook up our garlic. I feel like I've noticed lately that all the garlic cloves are like this purple, and I guess it just depends on the type of garlic you get, but I feel like I never used to see that. So comment below if you've also noticed that for some reason the garlic cloves are purple versus white. In the inside, they're the same. They taste the same. They're still delicious. I looked it up. It's apparently, yeah, it's just a different version of garlic, but I'm just surprised at what's happening there. I don't really know. I never saw purple garlic before. Just want to cook that up for a minute until fragrant, and then I'm adding my jar of Alfredo sauce. And if you don't have fresh garlic, that's going to be totally fine. Just add a teaspoon of garlic powder to that. We're just going to make the Alfredo sauce even better by doing these things, but you can just go with the simple Alfredo. That's fine too. I had a little bit of mozzarella cheese there left over. I'm adding in my can of drained chicken. You know, canned chicken looks very reminiscent of canned tuna, but it doesn't have the fishy tuna taste or flavor. It does taste like chicken. Alternatively, in a dish like this or any of these dishes I'm going to make, you can just use shredded chicken. So if you have leftover chicken, this is a great recipe for leftovers, or a rotisserie chicken. Sometimes you can find those on clearance or on a really good deal. This is a great recipe to use that in. Now I'm also just going to add about a tablespoon of ranch seasoning. This gives it a really great flavor, but if you don't have ranch, that's going to be fine. Like I said, you can just go with the straight Alfredo. We're just heating it up with the chicken, and then I have my leftover pasta, and I'm just going to heat that right in the pan with the sauce. It ends up being so cheesy and delicious. This is such a great leftover meal to make, you know, inspired by your leftover pasta, your leftover cheeses in your fridge, your leftover Alfredo sauce. You can also make a really quick Alfredo yourself by using milk and flour and cheese. I will make sure to put a recipe for that down below. It's actually kind of the original recipe for this. It's like a cheesy chicken pasta, and it has you make your own Alfredo. So I wasn't going to because I want to use mine, but you can very easily with ingredients that you should have in your pantry or fridge. You just want to heat everything all the way through, and it is so ooey and gooey and delicious. This is just a fabulous, fabulous meal. I topped mine with a little bit of red pepper flakes and some bacon pieces from the Dollar Tree. Julian and I had this for lunch. Oh yeah, a little Parmesan too. And we absolutely loved it. He said he would eat it every day. So it's such a great use for your leftovers and your canned chicken, and you should be very happy with it. This next recipe is for what is called camping dinner chicken quesadilla, because, hey, it's easy to take canned chicken breast camping with you. So if you are going camping, this is a great idea. But it's also a great idea if you're just hanging around your house and you don't know what to make and you have a can of chicken. So to make this, you just want 1 larger can of chicken and about a half an onion diced up, and about 2 cups of shredded either cheddar, or I think I actually use Colby Jack cheese. I love Colby Jack cheese in a quesadilla. That's just a personal opinion. And then I apologize, this is just a weird jar of salsa, so it's got a strange top going on here. But you want to add 1 jar of your favorite salsa. We love the Chi-Chi's Mild just because the kids really like it, and it's a simple flavor that's not super spicy. And that blanket down there, that's my son's comfort item. It is a king size, like fluffy blanket, and he calls it cozy, and it's like everywhere in our house, and it drags stuff around with it. I don't know if anyone's had that experience, but I'm like, can you get it out of the kitchen? But hey, look, it has a guest appearance on YouTube now, so I'm sure Tommy will be super proud. And yeah, just mix all that together. I've never really done a quesadilla like this where you mix everything together, but I love this idea because then you get everything in every bite and you don't have like layers of stuff. It's super, super simple. So I'm just putting a little bit of butter in the bottom of my pan. That's how I like to make a quesadilla. You can use your favorite tortilla, whatever size you want to use, whatever type you want to use. And then go ahead and add just, you know, a quarter to a third of the mixture, depending on how much you want to put in there and how many quesadillas you want to make. And this is super delicious. You want to cook this on a medium-low heat. I like to cook it low and slow kind of thing because I don't like to burn it. And you want to give it plenty of time so that your cheese can melt. And then flip it once it gets crispy on one side and do the same thing with the other side. These were so delicious and such a great recipe to make in a bind. You can really elevate what may have been on a different day just a plain cheese quesadilla and turn it into a full-on chicken quesadilla, restaurant quality, delicious meal. For this next recipe, we're going to make chicken salad roll-ups. And I'm going to start off with a half an avocado. These are great for either a lunch, a dinner, or just to make for snacks for the week or as an appetizer. And I'm actually going to make an appetizer for my mom's birthday. So I'm going to make half the recipe just because we are going to have a lot of other things too. Just need half an avocado. I'm going to combine that with 1.5 tablespoons of Greek yogurt and 3/4 teaspoon of lime juice. If you don't have Greek yogurt, you can always use sour cream, or I think even mayonnaise would taste just fine in this. And you also want to add 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. Now, my avocado wasn't super ripe. I had even placed it in a paper bag overnight. If you don't know that trick, you should just place your avocado in a paper bag and it should ripen it up. Now, it ripened it quite a bit, but I wasn't quite there yet, so you can see me kind of struggling. However, the flavor was there. It was still really good. It just took me a little bit longer to mush it up. Now, I am super bummed because I lost the footage here, but the meat of this salad for the roll-ups is a 1/4 medium red onion chopped, a half of a red bell pepper chopped or minced, 1 tablespoon of scallions minced, and I just used 1 larger can of canned chicken, or you could use 2 smaller cans of canned chicken. And I'm looking at the recipe now and I'm like, it said to add cheese. Did I add cheese to this? I don't know. I don't think that I did. I'm pretty sure that I forgot, which is fine because it tasted absolutely delicious. So if you remember or you have cheese, go ahead and add a little over 1/4 cup of shredded cheddar and I'm sure it will taste amazing. To assemble your roll-ups, you can use whatever size tortilla you want. I have a preference for the extra large ones when it comes to this because it just makes it easier. You can just do less roll-ups. It takes less time. You just want to spread a layer of your chicken avocado mixture on top of your tortilla and then roll them up, holding it tightly together with your fingertips. Half of this recipe made 2 large tortillas worth of salad. You just want to slice them into 1-inch pieces using a sharp knife. Or honestly, you could make like a wrap, like a roll-up with this and eat that as a lunch too. So delicious. But they are really beautiful when you cut them into those pinwheel shapes. I want to thank you for being here today. I hope you got some inspiration for canned chicken. It's also a good idea just in case we ever run into a shortage on chicken again. I know in some areas there is trouble, so here are some good ideas for canned chicken. I hope they are helpful. Make sure to like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. I have 3 budget videos coming out a week these days. And if you're looking for more inspiration on how to use your pantry items, make sure to click on this playlist right here. I have lots more ideas for you, and I'll see you all very soon.
Someone like you